Welcome to English Talk with Emma. I'm so glad you're here.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the English Talk with Emma channel, where learning English is always easy, practical, and fun. I'm your host, Emma.
And I'm Mark. Hi, Emma. How are you doing today?
Hi, Mark. I am doing absolutely great today. Thank you so much for asking. I have been a little busy this week planning our new lessons, but I am always so happy to be right here with all our amazing listeners. How about you, Mark? How is your week going?
My week is fantastic, Emma. I am feeling really energized, and I am super ready to talk about a topic today that I know is incredibly important. It is something that our viewers and students ask us about every single day in the comments.
Oh, yes. It is probably the most requested topic we get on the channel. Today, everyone, we are going to talk about how to improve your English speaking skills naturally. We are going straight into the best daily habits and simple tricks you can use to sound much more like a native speaker.
Exactly! These tips are like little golden keys that unlock smoother, faster, and much more confident conversations. You won't feel so stuck, shy, or nervous anymore when you try to open your mouth to speak.
But before we start giving you all these amazing tips, please remember to hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends who are also studying English, and subscribe to the English Talk with Emma channel. It really helps our channel grow a lot.
Yes, please do. Your support means the absolute world to us, and it helps us continue to make free, high-quality English lessons for you every single week. Okay, Emma, are you ready to dive into our big list of tips for natural speaking?
I am so ready, Mark. Let's go. So let's start with a really powerful technique that helps you with your pronunciation, your speed, and your rhythm. It is a fantastic method called shadowing.
Oh, shadowing. Like being someone's shadow on a sunny day? Can you explain what that actually means for our English learners?
Yes, it is exactly like being a shadow. When you shadow someone in language learning, you listen to a native English speaker and you try to repeat what they say immediately after them. You act like their voice shadow.
Ah, I see. So, for example, if I am watching a YouTube video, a movie, or listening to an English podcast, I don't just sit quietly on the sofa. I try to speak out loud at the exact same time they are speaking.
Right. Or just one tiny second behind them. You try to copy everything they do. You copy their pronunciation, the speed of their words, their pauses, and even their emotion. It literally trains your mouth muscles to make English sounds naturally.
That is so useful. Like, if an actor in a movie says, "I can't believe it," with a lot of surprise and high energy, I should pause the video or speak over them and say, "I can't believe it," in exactly the same surprised way.
Yes, perfectly done, Mark. It is not just about reading the words. It is about finding the music of the language. It helps you stop sounding like a robot who is just reading from a boring textbook.
I definitely don't want to sound like a robot. I want to sound human. What is our next big tip, Emma?
Next up is a very important mental rule. You need to stop translating in your head. You have to start thinking directly in English.
Thinking in English. That sounds so hard. When I want to speak, my brain automatically thinks of the word in my native language first, and then I try very hard to translate it into English before I speak.
I know, Mark. It is a very common habit for all language learners. But translating takes way too much time. It creates a traffic jam in your brain. It makes you pause, hesitate, and lose your confidence. To speak naturally, you have to cut out that middle translation step.
But how do I actually do that? How do I force my adult brain to just think in English?
You start very, very small. Do not try to think of big, complicated, philosophical ideas right away. Start by simply naming the objects around you in your daily life. When you wake up in the morning, look around your bedroom and think the English words bed, window, clothes, shoes.
Okay, so I just label the physical world around me in English. If I'm in the kitchen making breakfast, I think plate, coffee, fridge, spoon. I don't translate the words from my language. I just attach the English word directly to the object I see.
Exactly. You are building a direct bridge. And once single words become easy, you move to simple sentences. As you walk around, you think to yourself quietly, I am drinking hot coffee. The weather is nice today. I need to go to work now.
That makes total sense. It builds a direct connection between the thought, the action, and the English language. It sounds very practical for everyday life.
It really is. Now let's move on to tip number 3. This one is about how you study your vocabulary. You should always learn chunks of words, not just single isolated words.
Chunks. You mean like big pieces of something?
Yes, exactly. In English learning, a chunk is a group of words that naturally go together all the time. Instead of learning the word decision completely by itself, you should learn the entire phrase, make a decision.
Oh, I get it now. Because if I only learn the single word decision, I might hesitate when I'm speaking, wondering if I should say do a decision or take a decision or make a decision.
Spot on, Mark. Learning chunks gives you ready-to-use sentences. It makes your speaking so much faster and smoother because you do not have to build the grammar rules from zero every single time you open your mouth.
So instead of just learning the word way, I should learn the useful phrase by the way. Or instead of just learning the verb catch, I learn the chunk catch a bus or catch a cold.
Yes, absolutely. Native speakers speak in chunks all day long. It is like having pre-packaged, ready-to-build blocks of English stored in your brain, waiting to be used whenever you need them.
Those are super common phrases. That is a great tip, Emma. Okay, let's move to something that happens to absolutely everyone. What do we do when we are in a conversation and we suddenly forget a word?
That is a fantastic question, Mark. And it brings us perfectly to tip number 4. Use natural filler words to buy yourself some time.
Oh, filler words. These are the little words that fill up the quiet, awkward spaces, right? Because honestly, when I forget a word, I usually just stop talking, stare at the person, or I make a strange, long sound like, uh.
We all do that sometimes. It is totally normal. But native English speakers use specific natural words to fill those quiet gaps. Words like, well, you know, I mean, or phrases like, let me think.
Oh, we actually talked about some of these in our last vocabulary lesson. They are great for being a little less direct and making the conversation flow.
Yes, they are incredibly versatile. If someone asks you a hard question on the street, instead of freezing in completely awkward silence, you can smile and say, "Well, let me think about that for a second." It gives your brain extra seconds to find the right English vocabulary.
It softens the silence so nicely. So, if I am explaining a movie plot and I forget the main actor's name, I can say, the main actor is, the tall guy from that big action movie.
Exactly. "You know" is a perfect natural filler there. Or you can use "I mean" to correct a mistake you just made or to buy more time. Like, "The movie was very long. I mean, it was almost 3 whole hours."
Very smooth transition words indeed. It definitely makes you sound much more relaxed, casual, and less like you are taking a stressful speaking test.
Absolutely. Speaking naturally is not about being perfectly fluent without any pauses at all. It is about knowing exactly how to pause gracefully and naturally.
That is a huge relief to hear. You don't have to be perfect. What is our next tip for improving our daily speaking, Emma?
Tip number 5 is one of the absolute most powerful things you can do. But I warn you, it might feel a little bit strange at first. You need to talk to yourself out loud.
Talk to myself? Out loud? Emma, people might think I am crazy if they hear me talking to the walls.
I know. It sounds a bit funny and silly, but doing this when you are alone in your house or your car is an incredible way to practice speaking without any social pressure. You do not have to worry about making mistakes in front of native speakers.
Okay, I am listening. But what exactly should I say to myself? Do I need to write and give a big formal speech?
No need for big speeches at all. Just narrate your normal day. Imagine you are the voiceover narrator of a documentary about your own life. As you are cooking dinner, say out loud, "First, I am chopping the white onions. Now I need to add some olive oil to the hot pan. Wow, this actually smells really good."
So I am literally just describing my own physical actions. I am walking to the bus stop now. The weather is kind of cloudy and cold today. Just simple things like that?
Yes, exactly. It forces your brain to retrieve English vocabulary in real time, on the spot. If you don't know the English word for pan while you are cooking, you will realize it immediately. And then you can go look it up in the dictionary later.
That is actually a brilliant way to find out which specific words I'm missing in my everyday vocabulary. If I can't even describe my own morning routine, I know exactly what topics I need to study next.
Precisely, Mark. And if you are feeling brave and want to take this a step further, you can record yourself speaking on your phone.
Oh no, recording myself? I really hate hearing my own voice on a recording. It always sounds so different and weird to me.
Everyone hates hearing their own voice, Mark. I promise you, it is completely normal. But recording yourself is like holding up a clear mirror to your English skills. You can hear your own pronunciation, notice your repeated grammar mistakes, and most importantly, track your amazing progress over time.
I guess you are right. If I record myself speaking for just 1 minute today, and then do it again next month, I will probably be able to hear a really big improvement. That would be very motivating for my studies.
It is incredibly motivating. And remember, You don't have to share the audio recordings with anyone. They are strictly private, just for you. Just press record, talk about your daily schedule for 1 minute, and then listen back to it.
Okay, I am definitely going to try it this week. I will deal with the awkward feeling because I really want to get better and faster.
That is the perfect learner's attitude. Finally, we have our last tip for today. Tip number 6. Engage with English media actively, especially music. Do not just be a passive listener.
Active engagement. You mean doing more than just sitting on the sofa watching English Netflix with subtitles?
Exactly. When you listen to popular English music, don't just sit and listen quietly. Sing along. Find the lyrics online, read them, learn them, and sing out loud in your room or your shower. Singing is completely amazing for fixing your pronunciation and for feeling the natural rhythm of English sentences.
Oh, I love this tip. Singing is so much fun, it doesn't even feel like studying. And it really helps you remember difficult words because they are attached to a catchy melody.
Yes, music activates totally different parts of your brain, making memory retention so much stronger. It makes the language stick in your head.
Wow, Emma. That was a truly fantastic list of daily habits to improve English speaking. We covered shadowing, thinking directly in English, learning useful chunks, using natural fillers, talking to yourself, recording your voice, and even singing. I think our listeners will find these speaking tips super helpful. I know I learned a lot today.
I really hope so, Mark. Improving your speaking skills naturally definitely does not happen overnight. It is not about learning one magic secret overnight. It is all about doing these small, simple, fun things consistently every single day.
Yes, they are exactly like little building blocks for long-term fluency. Remember, everyone, practice makes perfect. Try to use at least 1 or 2 of these new habits in your own daily life starting today.
That is a great final tip, Mark. And speaking of practice, dear listeners, please don't forget to subscribe to the English Talk with Emma channel right now. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like this video and share it with your friends and family who are also on their English learning journey.
And please leave us a comment below. Tell us which of these speaking tips you are going to try first. Do you already talk to yourself out loud in English? Or maybe you have a favorite English pop song you love to sing in the shower. We genuinely love hearing from you.
Yes, reading your comments always inspires us to make better, more helpful videos for you. Thank you so much for joining us today on the English Talk with Emma channel. We had so much fun learning, laughing, and growing with you all today.
See you next time, everybody. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep smiling.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and see you in the next lesson.